So it is late afternoon and Limpy Gimpy is still here. We will continue to feed and water him and hope that at some point his owner will show up. But it was kind of cute because Lex and I showed up. Oh, and Kippy. And he was out grazing. He was actually grazing on some of this grass, so that's good. It means he's feeling better. I just wish there was a way to give him a shot of penicillin or something for that infection on his back end. But like I told Lex, he's eating, and that's always a good sign, because everyone knows that whenever you're not feeling well, one of the first things that you lose is your appetite. Yep. And the fact that he's actually wanting to eat and eating pretty good is a really wonderful sign. So, all right, that's day number 2 with Limpy Gimpy. You ready, son?
Yeah.
All right, my friends, we are coming out to go have a peek at Limpy Gimpy. I got all of my cows closed off inside one side of the pasture, and we're gonna drive down and see where Limpy Gimpy's at. Let's put it in the high gear. All right, so when I left you, Animal Control had identified the bull. They also knew who the bull belonged to. They contacted his owner and said that he would be getting with me and we could arrange a way for him to come pick the bull up. We could coordinate that ourselves. And so I have not heard from anyone yet. Now, that doesn't mean he hasn't already shown up and gotten the bull. Nope, there's the bull. There's Limpy Gimpy. Oh boy. There lays Limpy Gimpy right there. He's over on in our pasture. There he is. He's fine, everybody. Limpy Gimpy's still here. He's laying down. He seems to be fine. Well, good morning, folks. Lester here. And we are just waking up at the JL Ranch. Oh boy, we have a beautiful sunrise. Today, I'm going to get all these limbs moved over to the burn pile. And there's my burn pile. That's the front burn pile. We have a burn pile in the front and one in the back. I have to get my chainsaw over here and cut all of these large limbs into smaller pieces. It's a fairly brisk morning, and we're going to drive down and have a peek at that little bull, the one that we're calling Limpy Gimpy. Oh, this is pretty cute. Look who's laying in the hay trying to stay warm while Mama eats around her. Now, the baby calves have not heard, they have not heard me yet. I'm hoping they won't. Oh, look at Danny. She's being a big girl. Ruby out eating grass. I'm also going to have little Chris come over. He likes to help on the weekend. Saturdays, I don't work on Sundays, but he's going to bring a sledgehammer and knock all of this down. Then I'll take my tractor and knock the big poles over. We'll move those out of the way and get all this area, this side of the barn, cleaned up nice. I'm guessing I'll have to, at some point, bring in some dirt, because we're going to always have water there when it comes off the side of the barn, and because there's so much clay, the water holds for a while, and we don't like that. We want it to drain off. So if I can build this up, it'll slope on down, the water will run. It's crazy how we just signed on this property 2 weeks ago, and it has already changed so much in a short period of time. And there's still more to go. I mean, you can only push yourself so far each day, and you can't even work each day. You can only do so much when you have time. And then some things require help. I had Yearling come over for a little bit yesterday and help me cut some limbs, and he did a little bit of plumbing. And then I paid little Chris to come over today, and we're gonna work half a day. Well, y'all want to drive down? Let's get some grain. Let's get a little bit of grain, and we're gonna drive down and feed Limpy Gimpy. You guys come with me.
뻔한 얘기지만 널 보면 그냥 좋아. 매일 보고 싶어 함께 있는 순간들도. So hold me tight through the night. 변치 말자 너와 나. 아름다운 그대여. I just feel so lucky. 운명이라 믿어요. 오랜 친구였던 그대와 나 사이에 묘한 감정들이 자라기 시작했죠. You feel so right. I'll be your night. 시작인 걸 우리 둘.
Good morning, sir. How'd you sleep? Or did you? Let me give you an idea of where I am in proximity to everything else. So there's the barn over the hill. You see the barn up. And then I'm on the far back corner of our property here. This is the far back corner. And I told you guys that through this tree line, you can actually see there's a road right there. There's a road. It's an old dirt road. I've only seen a car or two go down it. And then about 100 yards on the other side of that road is a railroad track. I have heard a couple of trains come by. It's not heavily used. Neither one of those are heavily used. But that's kind of the layout of where we're at. Now, according to the animal control lady, the property that the owner of him, their property is over on that side of the tracks. So he's gotten out of his pasture. And anyway, this is funny that she actually knows the bull. That's funny, and that's also sad that your animal control people have been called enough times to where they identify a bull. She knows who he is, who he belongs to. And so she has passed my number along to the owner, and he's going to call me. He was out of town yesterday, but he's going to call me when he gets back in town and arrange a way to, well, we're going to coordinate together how he's going to get his bull back. Now I'm going to transfer the water from this bucket into the small 1 gallon bucket. It's easier for him to drink. He can't get his horns, he can't get his head down inside the 5 gallon bucket. And so I think that he will, I know he drank about 10 gallons yesterday, and then he'll have another few gallons today. I'll keep pouring the water to him until he stops drinking it. I don't think you can overdo it on water. What I don't think you should do is overfeed him on grain. And here's why. Well, number one, it can get him sick. You don't want to have him already lame and then sick in his belly on top of that. And then when his owner does get here, he may have to use food to entice him into the trailer, because if he doesn't want to go to food because he's already full, then that may resort to them having to use other types of measures, ropes, lassos, pulleys, and you don't want to see that happen. Dogs, horses, you don't want to see all of that. So he's been walking along this fence line. I can see where he's kind of sunk down to the mud a little bit. Hi, buddy. Good morning. I'm going to set this water over here, okay? And then I'm going to walk around the other side of you and look at your bobo. Here's a good spot right here for your water. He'll find it. He'll see it right there. He'll see it. I'm going to walk around and have a peek at that bobo of yours. I wasn't able to get too close yesterday. I was keeping my distance. You can see right there that laceration on his back end. There's actually a couple of marks on him. That's a pretty good size one right there. But listen, it has already scabbed over, so it's not bleeding now. And so that could be a couple of days old. And so at this point, you can't stitch it. You guys know, if you know medicine, you know that if you let something go too long and it begins to scab or skin over, you can't stitch it at this point. And so even though it probably could have been stitched at some point, I think that he's past that. What he probably needs is a good shot of penicillin to stop any kind of infection, because we've all seen him hobbling around. Let me go get some feed and see if I can walk up a little bit closer. All right, so I'm gonna just walk this little bit of grain up as close as I can to him so you can see it. And maybe he'll even let me walk up to him. I don't know. I don't think he will. If I go up nice and slow, I got some grain here in this bucket. I'm gonna pour out right there beside you. You want this? Can I walk over and pour it out to you? Don't get up. I'm gonna walk over to you real slow. Guys, I'm kind of getting down low because you don't want to be obtrusive. I got a little bit of grain here. You don't got to get up. I'm gonna walk right over to you and pour this out, okay? You never got to get up. It's okay. I'm just gonna be real slow here. It's okay, buddy. Look. There we go. You can lay right there and eat. Oh boy. Yeah, he does not feel well, y'all, or he'd be up on his feet. You know that. Oh. Sad. I love him. I don't know him, but I love him. Well, we're going to be waiting for that phone call from his owner, and we'll coordinate some kind of way to get him help that he needs. This is what always... Okay. I know this is a little bit tough to talk about, but a cow would never poop while they're laying down if they were healthy. And so he just literally used the restroom right where he's laying. And if that in itself doesn't show you how sick he is, it's sad.